So here's the opening to Hebrews 1. In many parts, in many ways, God of old, having spoken to the fathers in the prophets, in these last days did speak to us in a Son, whom he appointed heir of all things, through whom also he did make the ages. I'm using the Young's literal translation to highlight the Greek preposition translated through, dia, as you see there, and the word ages, ionas or eons. They point to the fact that the original Genesis creation is done by someone other than the Son. That is, God the Father created all things with his Son in mind. Hence, eons, sometimes translated as worlds or the universe itself. So note once again the deliberate, clear contrast in these opening verses of Hebrews 1 between how the God, the Greek includes the article, by the way, in verse 1, that is, the one and only God of Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Yahweh or Jehovah, he spoke in Old Testament times and only in these last days did speak to us in a Son whom he appointed heir of all things, through whom also he did make the ages. It's clear that a singular creator is in view, and he, note the he, could not possibly have spoken by a Son because God had not yet brought the Son into existence. The virgin birth record is witness to this fact, describing the genesis or origin of the Son in Matthew 1. As you see here, the record of the origin of Jesus Christ and the origin of Jesus, the Messiah, was like this. Note that the proper translation of the Greek genesis, origin, in these verses is only found in a couple of English translations. Most have either genealogy or birth, which takes away from the clear meaning of the Greek word genesis, that is, the origin, the beginning of the Son of God. In Luke 1:35, the angel says to Mary, the Holy Spirit will come upon you, and the power of the Most High will overshadow you, and for that reason the Holy Child shall be called the Son of God. Note the Greek literally reads the one being begotten in Mary. That's because the Greek there is a derivative of the Greek genao, to beget, bring forth, cause to arise, and ginome, to come into existence, according to Bauer's lexicon. Hence, Dr. James Dunn describes this as the begetting, which means the coming into existence of one who will be called and will in fact be the Son of God, not the transition of a pre-existent being to become the soul of a human baby or the metamorphosis of a divine being into a human fetus.